हृदयन्तस्तो यभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सथाम् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके. So, I want to share the screen, bro.
Yes, Prabhu. Take. If you want, I can share also. You just want to share the chapter summary, chapter 1?
Yeah, let me hold on. Share screen. Okay. Oh, you have to disconnect.
No, Prabhu, you don't have to. You want me to share the chapters? I can share the chapter, but you want, I can make a co-host. I make a co-host. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Shut
Yeah.
up. You are co-host now. Yes.
What, do you see the screen now?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay. So we're talking about the chapter 1 of 4th canto called Genealogical Table of the Daughters of Manu. So let me start. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you. I humbly bow down and seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas. Please forgive me for all shortcomings. So, we are talking about the genealogical table of the daughters of Manu. So let me share this chart. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karanam. And in this universe, Brahma is created from Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. He is the secondary creator. So after this universe has been created, it must be populated with the living beings. The Swayambhuva Manu is the Prajapati. He is from whom all the human races have come. So Swayambhuva Manu's wife was Shatarupa. Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa had 5 children, 2 sons, Priyavrata and Uttanapada, and 3 daughters, Akuti, Prasuti, and Devahuti. So in this chapter, we are talking about the genealogical table of these 3 daughters mainly, Akuti, Prasuti, and Devahuti. So Akuti, the daughter, was married to Prajapati Ruchi. And on one condition, that the son born to them must be returned to Swayambhuva Manu, because Swayambhuva Manu had the vision that the Lord will incarnate in their family. So in due course of Ruchi, Prajapati Ruchi agreed this condition, and in due course of time, one son was born, name was Yajna, who is none other than incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Yajna means Vishnu. In the Bhagavad Gita also it says Yajnarthat karmana anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Work must be performed as an offering to Yajna or Vishnu. Otherwise the work will bind to this world. Or in another place in 9th chapter, Lord says, Ahami sarva yajnana bhoktacha prabhurevacha. I am the supreme enjoyer of all the sacrifices. So he returned his son to Swayambhuvaman, and in due course of time, one daughter was born, Dakshina. She was the partial incarnation of goddess of Lakshmi. So this relationship between Vishnu and Lakshmi is eternally existing. So Dakshina wanted to marry Yajna, and later they were married, and they had 12 sons. Now, Devahuti was married to Kardama Muni, and they had 9 daughters and 1 son. The son, Lord Kapila, we already discussed in the previous chapter, previous canto. Now we're talking about the daughters of Devahuti. And one of the daughter was Anusuya. Anusuya was married to Atri Muni. So he was asked during the marriage, Atri Muni was asked to populate this world by Lord Brahma. So he uh, goes to a forest, and on the bank of a river, he meditates, performs severe austerities, and standing on one leg and simply uh, eating air only. That means he was just surviving on air. Let me see. So here it says there the great sage concentrated his mind, by the breathing exercises, and thereby controlling all attachment. He remained standing on one leg only, eating nothing but air, and stood there on one leg for 100 years. So in this way, he was meditating on the Lord of the controller. And while he was doing severe austerities, the blazing fire came out of his head by a virtue of his breathing exercise. And it was seen by the 3 principal deities of this universe. And Atri Muni wanted a son like the Lord of this universe. So thereafter, the 3 controllers of this universe, that is Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva, appeared before him, Lord Shiva riding on his bull, Lord Brahma riding on a swan, and Lord Vishnu on Garuda. And Atri Muni saw the 3 deities, and he paid obeisances and offered his prayers. In our temple, ISKCON Phoenix, there is a painting on the wall where Atri Muni is paying obeisances and looking at the 3 controllers, Lord Shiva riding on bull, and Lord Brahma, and Lord Vishnu, and all the demigods, heavenly denizens on the background. So Atri Muni said, I was praying for the Supreme. I called here in the 28th verse, it says, I called for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, desiring for a son like him. And I thought of him only. But although he is far beyond beyond the mental speculation of man, all 3 of you have come here. Kindly let me know uh, how you have come, and for I am greatly bewildered about this. So this whole conversation was going on between Maitreya is explaining this whole uh, genealogical table to Vidura. In fact, all the conversation is going on between Maitreya and Vidura, Maitreya explaining. So here Vidura asked later, how did the 3 controllers became the children of Atri Muni and Anusuya. And pleased by, here it says all three are, the three deities told Atri Muni here on the 30th, dear Brahmana, you are perfect in your determination. Therefore, you have decided, so it will happen. It will not happen otherwise. We are all same person upon whom you are meditating, and therefore we have all come to you. Thus, three sons were born to Atri and Manasuya. From Lord Brahma, the moon god Soma, who is the partial representation of Lord Brahma. From Lord Vishnu, the mystic, great mystic Dattatreya, who is a partial representation of Lord Vishnu, and from Lord Shiva, Durvas. Thus, three sons were born to Atri and Anusuya. Now there it's a other saint, Angira. Now here it says in the Canto 3, text 12:24, who are these other great saintly persons? Where Pulasya was generated from the ears of Lord Brahma, Angira from the mouth of Brahma, Atri from the eyes of Brahma, and Marichi was from the mind, and Pulaha from the navel of Brahma. So they are all sons of Brahma. So here Pulasya is from his wife got the son Agastya, and Vishrava. Agastya had Pulasya had another son called Vishrava. Vishrava had two wives, Idavida and Keshini. From Idavida, Kuvera was born. From Keshini, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana was born. Now let's skip some of these and let's go back to here. Now the other daughter of Devahuti was Kala. Her husband was Marichi. And her two sons are Kashyapa and Purnima. So that is explained here. And let me skip some of these. And then Prasuti, the other daughter of Swayambhu Manu, the three daughters, the other daughters, Prasuti was married to Daksha. Daksha had 16 daughters. And one of the daughter name was Murti. And Murti was married to Dharma. And their son was Naranarayan. Naranarayana Rishi is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. When we chant this mantra, Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam, we are offering prayers to Naranarayana Rishis. So, when Naranarayana Rishis were born, it says the demigods offered their respectful obeisances, 56. Then let's offer our respectful obeisance on to the transcendental personality of Godhead, who created his external energy, this cosmic manifestation, which is situated in him as the air, and the clouds are situated in the space, and who has now appeared in the form of Naranayana Rishi in the house of Dharma. Let the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is understood by truly authorized Vedic literatures, who has created peace and prosperity to destroy all calamities in the world, be kind enough to bestow his glance upon the demigods. His merciful glance can supersede the beauty of the spotless lotus flower, which is the home of the goddess of fortune. So in this way, The demigods offered their prayers when Naranayana Rishi, were Naranarayana were born. So they are performing severe austerity in the Badrikasham. They came for a purpose to kill one demon. And they're still performing severe penance in Badrikasham. So here the text 59, it says, Naranayan Rishi, who is a partial expansion of Krishna, has now appeared in the dynasties of Yadu and Kuru in the form of Krishna and Arjuna. So same Narayana and Krishna. Nara is the supermost human being, is Arjuna. They respectively appeared in the Yadu and Kuru dynasty to mitigate the burden of this world. Then the 16th daughter of Daksha and Prasuti was Sati. She was given to Lord Shiva. Even though Sati was very dear to Daksha, Daksha did not like the Lord Shiva. He used to rebuke Lord Shiva. Due to that, Sati has left her body. But here it says 66. The 16th daughter, whose name was Sati, was the wife of Lord Shiva. She could not produce a child, although she always faithfully engaged in the service of her husband. The reason is that Sati's father, Daksha, used to rebuke Lord Shiva in spite of Shiva's faultlessness. Consequently, before attaining the mature age, Sati gave up the body by the dint of yogic mystic power. So all this will be explained in the next chapter.